What if one decision in 1936 completely changed the course of British history? Imagine a world where Queen Elizabeth II, the longest reigning monarch in British history, never sat on the throne at all. The woman who guided Britain through the Cold War, decolonization, and into the 21st century, simply never crowned. It sounds impossible, but it almost happened, and the ripple effects would have been staggering. December 11th, 1936. King Edward VIII signs his abdication papers, stepping down for love, choosing American divorcee Wallis Simpson over the crown. This single act set in motion a chain of events that would eventually place his shy, stammering brother Albert on the throne as King George VI, and ultimately his daughter Elizabeth would become queen. But what if Edward had made a different choice? What if he'd chosen duty over love? Had Edward VIII remained king, he would have been a completely different monarch than Elizabeth. For starters, he was rumored to be sympathetic to Nazi Germany, even visiting Hitler in 1937 after his abdication. Imagine Britain entering World War II with a king who might have pushed for appeasement rather than resistance. Churchill might never have become prime minister. The special relationship with America, possibly strained beyond repair. But here's where things get even more interesting. Edward had no children. Even if he'd remained king until his death in 1972, the crown would have eventually passed to Elizabeth's father? No. Edward's next youngest brother, Henry, Duke of Gloucester. And after him, his son, Prince William of Gloucester. Never heard of him? That's because in our timeline, this William died tragically in a plane crash in 1972 at just 30 years old. But in this alternate history, as heir to the throne, perhaps his life takes a completely different path. Without Elizabeth, the entire modern concept of the British monarchy would be unrecognizable. No televised coronation that brought the monarchy into people's living rooms in 1953. No silver, golden, diamond, and platinum jubilees marking her historic reign. The Commonwealth as we know it might have dissolved decades earlier without her stabilizing influence. The cultural impact would be just as dramatic. No royal weddings of Charles and Diana or William and Kate to captivate global audiences. No Princess Diana phenomenon. No young royals modernizing the monarchy for new generations. But the most profound difference might be in how the monarchy itself functions. Elizabeth reigned during a period of enormous change, from the height of the British Empire to Brexit. She adapted the crown to changing times while maintaining traditions, walking a delicate tightrope that kept the monarchy relevant. Would Edward or his successors have managed this balancing act? Edward was known for being impulsive and tradition-breaking. He might have modernized the monarchy much earlier, or pushed it to the breaking point. Here's a shocking thought. Without Elizabeth's steady hand, Britain might not even be a monarchy today. The Republican movements that gained traction in Australia, Canada, and other Commonwealth realms might have succeeded decades ago without her personal popularity to counter them. Consider this. During her reign, over 30 countries became republics and left the Commonwealth. Without Elizabeth's diplomatic skills and personal relationships with world leaders, that number could have been much higher. And what about the royal family's scandals? The abdication crisis might have seemed small compared to what could have happened under different leadership. Elizabeth weathered the divorces of 3 of her children, the Windsor Castle fire, and the death of Diana. A less savvy monarch might have lost public support entirely. Speaking of Diana, in this alternate timeline, Charles might never have married her at all. Without the pressure of being heir to the throne, his life choices could have been completely different. He might have married Camilla in the first place, avoiding decades of tabloid drama. The Queen's death in 2022 marked the end of an era. But in this alternate history, that era never began. No second Elizabethan age, no steady presence guiding Britain through 7 decades of tumultuous change. In the end, the most striking aspect of this what-if scenario isn't about politics or power, it's about personality. Elizabeth II redefined what it meant to be a constitutional monarch through her sense of duty, her commitment to service, and her ability to adapt while maintaining tradition. Without her, the British monarchy might still exist today, but it would be unrecognizable to us. That's the power of a single decision, a single life, on the course of history. One woman, one crown, one remarkably long reign that shaped not just a nation but the world. So next time you see the image of King Charles III, remember, his entire existence as monarch hinged on his great-uncle falling in love with the wrong woman at the right time. Like this video if you're fascinated by historical what-ifs. Subscribe for more mind-bending alternate histories. And share with that one friend who's obsessed with the royal family. You know exactly who I'm talking about.